Is that better?
I think so.
Well, the TV might look a little glossy because that's just like that TV itself. Because I put the picture. Do you want to look at the picture in the laptop and see what it looks like? On a laptop screen?
No, this is good. This is better. I just feel like maybe we were too far away.
Yeah, we might have been too close to that wall. Something.
Yeah. This is better for sure.
Yep.
Okay, you ready to start?
Yeah.
We're good to go?
Yeah, I think so. Hold on. I don't know how far these were.
I think we should do like a weekend recap because I think you'll go first and then I can lead into like what I've been up to like the past couple of weeks.
Or maybe...
And I can lead into the topic.
Introduce ourselves and then...
We're always going to introduce ourselves.
Yeah, we'll say that like... we're in a new studio.
Yeah, we've upgraded.
Yeah.
We're getting professional here.
Microphones, hopefully they record this time.
Microphones, we've got this really super high-tech professional soundproofing wall panels. And these cool new chairs. And and he painted. It's great. It all looks so good. And look at these microphones. And so
we're ready to record some episodes.
We're super ready. So yeah, hi, I'm Jordan.
I'm Joseph.
And this is Vivid Podcast. And this is our first episode in the new digs.
Yes, we're ready to do consistent episodes. We've got everything together now. We learned some trial episodes before, and now we'll have full episodes.
Yeah, we got Joseph's mic closer to him, mine farther away from me, so that way, there's a little bit more equal noise balance. Yeah, but I'm super pumped about this. I think it just really makes us look next level.
It does.
It does, yeah. Super excited about it. I don't really look. I am a lady.
It was like
I am a lady. Just full crotch shot.
We did the best we could though before. We were setting it up like on the fly.
I mean, I thought we did fine. I feel like, it is nice. Like that you can definitely tell the quality and this is a lot better. And I think the overall sound and it's probably going to make your editing job easier. But I mean, I think for the most part, we did pretty damn good.
Yeah. You got to start. You have to just start doing it.
You got to start.
Because if not, then you just, it took a minute to get this together.
Yeah. I mean, you also are trying to work in life.
Yeah.
And do all of this. Speaking of, how was your week and weekend?
Pretty good.
Because it's been a while.
Yeah.
Week saw.
Since the last episode, just been kind of working on this area in here and just hanging out, spending time with Skylar.
And you want to explain to our audience who Skylar is?
Skylar is a girl that I've been seeing since actually April 1st.
What do we call that?
Girlfriend.
Yeah, good job.
Skylar is my girlfriend. We've been seeing each other since April 1st.
And they're so cute and they're so in love.
Kind of went quick, but
I mean, to each his own. I'm happy for you, man. You did it for us. I love it. I love her. I think everything's better. Like his house smells like you just walk down the candle aisle in fucking Home Goods and there's food in the fridge and, there's actual like furniture and decor and plants and it's really nice.
Yeah.
So thank you for getting us a girlfriend.
It's been good.
Don't fuck it up.
So what's been going on with you since the last episode?
Oh, nothing in the love department for me or relationship department. I don't know. There's one person that I've been talking to that it kind of surprised me a little bit, but that's to be determined. I don't like to let them in so easy, so I'm sure I will. Whenever a guy says that he has a crush on me, I'm like, dude, just give it like 3 months and I promise you won't anymore. Just 3 months is all you need. And then that'll go away. But
have you been hanging out a lot?
I wouldn't say a lot. I would say it's a weekly thing.
Or in the regular.
So sometimes it's one night a week. Sometimes it's 2. But that's just because like Like, I'll be honest, I would be around him all the time. And I don't usually feel like that. I feel like most guys irritate me. Like, I hang around them and then I'm good for a while. But no, like I get excited to see, I'll say that. I get excited to see his name pop up on my phone, you know.
That's cool.
It's about where I'm at with it.
That's awesome.
But yeah, and then I have had a complete career change. I'm no longer doing hair. I am doing industrial sales.
How do you like that?
I like it a lot. It's you know, I told myself back in October that if I still, like, I was going to give myself 6 months. And if I still felt the way that I did, like burnt out, just want something different, then I was going to, you know, do something in some kind of sales. My mom has done it for the last like 20 years and like she fucking kills it. She's so good at it. What was that?
Something in the closet I was fooling with it.
Is there a cat in there?
I hope not. No, I think it's just like there's some stuff in there still that was in here, and I think I moved something earlier.
Did anyone ever die in this house?
No, I don't think so. I hope not. Back on topic.
My mom. Well, so wait, can we do a show and tell episode?
Of what?
Okay, well, I guess it would just be my show and tell episode. Like, I really want to do like, what's the weirdest gift that or the weirdest thing that someone's ever given you?
I don't know.
You don't know? You don't still have to have it. Luckily for me, I still have mine.
I feel like there was something that was strange, but I don't. Nothing off the top of my head. What'd you get?
So I got. See, I'm gonna look at the camera. Look, I am such a vain person. If I can see my reflection in it, I'm gonna fucking look at it.
You're not looking at the camera. You're looking at. We have a screen in here to watch ourselves. It's to the left of the camera. So George's looking at the screen. TV screen.
I'm looking at myself.
I'm gonna put it above the camera so you have to. It's better than the small.
I kind of feel like that side's my good side. You swap sides?
I can, but we need to change the audio levels.
No, we don't. You just move your microphone closer to you, and I'll move yours further away. You liked mine better.
If you really want to switch sides, we can switch sides. But I do need to fool with that and make sure it's recording right, because you talk louder than me. So I have to just push the things up and hope for the best.
No, I don't want to be difficult.
No, I mean, it's not difficult. I just don't know. I do have to just, like, adjust the levels.
I feel like it's because, like, I want the camera angle to be higher up. Or maybe, no. Yes, I want the camera angle to be higher up. We'll fix it for next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is...
I just don't ever know until we get into it, man. Probably.
Well, going forward, like, we'll adjust it, and then every episode is going to be the same.
Okay.
So it'll be easier. So all this, I don't plan on moving this stuff out. Like, I'm going to take the camera off, but the tripod will be staying right there. Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll be able to record.
Sorry, now I forgot where we're at.
We're talking about, we're talking about weird gifts, but we're talking about job change.
Oh, yeah. See, I don't want to give away what my weird gift is yet because I can bring it.
Well, what about the job change? Because you were working, you've done hair since when? Like 18 or 19 is when you started, or you were in hair school?
You were about to say 18 or 1900s, and I was about to punch you in the throat.
Yeah. Wait.
So, Father Time. No, so... I have been doing hair for the last 17 years. It makes me sound like a fossil. But, yeah, I've been doing it for the last 17 years, and I don't know. I feel like I have accomplished everything that I set out to accomplish. Like I said, now did it maybe not go exactly the way I had planned it? Probably not. But everything I said I was going to do, I did. You know, and for the most part, I think I did it to the best of my ability. You know, I can walk away knowing that, like, I did try. I gave it my all.
Do you think owning the salon taxed you more to where
100%. Do I think owning the salon is part of the reason that burnt out my passion for doing hair? Yeah, 100%. Because for me, I have learned one thing is that, like, I don't ever want to own a business again, at least not one like that. I can't deal with the emotional. I can't deal with the psychological torment of it all because it's just like I am too empathetic of a person that like I cannot have the responsibility of other people's livelihoods resting on my shoulders. You know, like, and even though like, you know, I had like pretty much a booth runner system set up, it was like, I don't know, man. I felt responsible for everything, you know, because it was my business. And yeah, maybe I should. I just think maybe I'm just not, I think I know that I'm a good leader. You know, I do know that I'm a good leader. I can be a good leader and be empathetic. But as far as being a business owner, I just don't think that you can be empathetic and be a business owner. If you have to have like employees and do all that kind of shit, then no, because in all honesty, it's like when it comes down to it, you're going to have to make those difficult decisions. You're going to have to fire somebody. You know, you might have to fire somebody who you consider to be your best friend or someone you consider to be like family, you know? And it's like you have to be able to look at things that are black and white. And you know what? Sometimes like I've cut ties with some people, you know, that I thought were going to be in my life forever.
Well, I know before I transitioned jobs, like being a single parent and having Chloe and then like working that job, it was like taxing on me. Like if I would have been in a different position, it maybe not have been as taxing.
Right.
So like do you think like going to relationship changes and parent?
Oh, 100%. Like, let me tell you what. My life has never come easy to me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm never gonna be one of those people that is just given an opportunity or is just given something. You know, like I have always had to be a hustler. I've always had to work for everything, and I've always had to work hard at it. You know, so it's like, it's definitely. I think that I first was pregnant. Opened up a salon peak COVID while we were still shut down. Hurricane Ida came and wiped out like $140,000 worth of my hair extension inventory. I mean, you fucking name it, it happened. So like, I think at a certain point, yeah, sure. You know, I mean, now look at what we're dealing with. Like if I still had my extension line, now dealing with these tariffs and everything else, no, thank you. You know, I got to a point. And honestly, I think it was whenever my relationship in my home life was at its peak downfall, you know. I mean, the stress of it all. I was disassociating so bad. I would be driving somewhere and like wind up like way the fuck on the West Bank somewhere. And I was supposed to be going somewhere in the opposite direction. And it's like when I finally like realized it, I'm like, whoa.
Wait, are you riding around? Is this like, for me, that time frame where it's like everything's going on, are you riding around in silence?
Oh, the whole time, it's like
dude. The music, you don't want music or anything?
Either that or at that time, I think Cyrus was pretty young still. And so I was probably playing like, what are those ones? Like fucking Baby Einsteins or like fucking Mickey Mouse Clubhouse or some shit. And I would have dropped him off at fucking school, I don't know, like an hour ago. And I'm still like, little Einsteins, you know, and I'll come to and I'm like, how the fuck did I get here? What is going on? You know, it's like your body shouldn't be doing that. And you want to say, dude, I'd
be here and then Dora would be on or something in Spanish or something for an hour. And I'm like, what am I doing? I don't even realize.
Yeah, dude, it's that.
It's like you zone out completely.
You do. You zone out completely. And it's not only that, but it's like, okay, so physically wise, I was at my most unhealthy. You want to know what the fuck I survived off of? Marble Lights, energy drinks. I probably drank at least 2 or 3 Red Bulls or Bang energy drinks a day.
Yeah.
So I was smoking cigarettes, energy drinks, and
yeah, there's energy drinks. You get to where you can't survive without them.
My Adderall.
Yeah, I was.
Which I mean, I still take my Adderall now, but dude, I mean, when I tell you, like,
I would drink like 4 or 5 Red Bulls a day and it didn't even faze me.
I mean, I don't really feel like. I mean, they have to do something, but I mean, I was at the most unhealthy, is what I'm saying. I guess
you get to the point where it's like normal. You drink them just to be normal.
Yeah.
And then you crash where you don't take Adderall or Red Bull. It's just like, I remember some Sundays or something I wouldn't take anything and I couldn't get out of bed.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's definitely, I think there's like a caffeine withdrawal type of thing that happens for sure too, but I don't know, man. I was at my most unhealthiest weight. I was like 111 pounds. Like my ass looked like Hank Hill's ass from King of the Hill. Like it was just like a long back with like a flap that rolled underneath. Like that was my ass. And it probably looked like like if I put a pair of tighty whities on, like old school ones, you see like the old man outside with a shotgun with his boots on. I think it's, what is that? Billy Madison. When they're on doing the old man, they light the bag of shit on fire.
Oh, yeah.
And he puts it out on his thing. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean...
Damn kids.
Yeah, it's poop again. But I forgot what I was saying. Fuck, man.
Talking about being a healthy, like, lifestyle.
Oh, yeah. So I was, like, just super unhealthy. And, like, dude, I'm not going to lie. I hit a really low point to where I called my mom because I was like, I don't trust myself. I feel like I need to be checked in somewhere. Like I'm no longer like, and I am so hyper independent. It is ridiculous. Okay. Like I don't ask for help. I help people, but I don't ask for help. You know what I mean? Like I'm just not like that. I don't do that. So like, I like broke down to my mom. My mom was like, look, if you're going to leave him, she's like, you cannot check yourself into a mental facility. She's like, you will not be able to see your kids. And so I'm like, okay, you're right. And so I was like, okay, well, you have to make a decision. Are you going to check yourself into the psych ward and probably not be able to see your kids? Or are you going to fucking leave the person and leave the situation that's causing you to be this unhealthy, both mentally, physically, emotionally, like, And so I did. And so it's like, that was a huge, it's just been one thing after another. I feel like I have had so much of my life happen in these last like 5 years than my entire life. And I think a lot of it has to do because it's not just my life that I'm having to worry about. It's like other people's lives too. Yeah. So it's like, if I can't be 100, and that's the thing is like when I had a partner, because you would think that if you had a partner, it would be easier. Yeah. If I had a healthy relationship and partner at home, I'm sure I could have got through things a lot easier. But when you're in a toxic environment and you're a fucking workaholic, like I made my career, my life for the last 17 years, that's also a reason why I wanted to leave. I don't want to miss shit anymore. I was tired of missing shit with my kids. I don't want to own a salon until the day I die. I don't want to work until the day that I die. Like I'm already dealing with the long-term effects of doing hair now with my hands and my shaking and, the circulation in my legs and shit in my back and everything else like that. And then it's like, there's no 401k, there's no nothing. I don't get paid unless I work. So it's like, yeah, sure, you can take off whenever you want to, all this stuff. Sure, but guess what? While I'm gone and I take off, every day that I don't take off, it's costing me money. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's too much. I don't want it to be my life. And then not to mention with social media, now it's like you're a videographer, photographer, fucking social media influencer, everything. And you got to be with the times and you got to know when to do this and that. And it's like, you know what? No, what I want in my life right now is simplicity. That's what I want.
Well, if you get tired of something, then it all becomes work and you just don't want to do it.
Right. And look, I can always fall back on here. Yeah. I'm not saying that I'm never going to do it again. I mean, I'm still taking clients right now. It's just that my passion for it is fucking done, man. Like there's nothing, I feel like I have done everything that I set out to do and there is nothing left for me there. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I've done what I wanted to and I'm good. People can think that I quit or whatever. I've had so many people that are like, what? That's crazy, but you're so good at it. Don't quit. Don't leave, all this stuff. And it's like, I'm not quitting. I've been doing something for 17 years. If I want to change my mind and walk away from it because I want a challenge or I want something new, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. If you're not happy every day, then
yeah.
I mean, that's taxing on your life, doing something, not being happy. And then you're just negative. I experienced that before, burnout.
Because it turned hair into work, man. It turned it into work.
You're just like, your mood's bad, and then just everything, and it affects other people around you, and that's why I had to switch. It wasn't like a bad job, it just wasn't for me anymore.
Right.
So burnout, driving, sales, like, I didn't even want to sell anymore. It was like, please just don't buy it. Just I want to go home.
Well, dude, that's kind of how I got with that.
That's not a good, you got to leave when you're at that point.
Well, and my thing is too, dude, is like, look, I fucking fought to do hair. Okay, like I never wanted to do anything else. I purposely failed the ACT so I wouldn't get tops, so I could go to hair school because I got told that if I got tops, you were going to college, and like, oh my god, my fucking indigestion is so bad. You have some?
And Alex Seltzer.
What kind of Tums?
The
berries?
The mint ones.
The chewy ones?
I mean, yeah, they're like the dry ones.
Oh, the dry chewables. Like the chalk.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was sticking in my crotch. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just one of those, I don't know. Whenever I always did hair because I loved it. I loved it since I was a kid. You know, like it was just, I was melting my Barbie doll's hair off because I didn't know that synthetic and heat past a certain point could be done, you know? It's just one of those things. I loved it and I was good at it. I don't like doing things if I'm not good at it. And I was good at it. I am good at it, you know?
Well, I was really good at sales. Like I started sales when I was at sales when I was like 20, like quit my job and family thought I was crazy. And I was like, I can do this. And I went out and did it and like door to door, like cold call sales and then just made it. And then I enjoyed it. And I think, like you said, just the things that were going in my life, becoming a single parent, and then like the hours are taxing and I just couldn't make it work. So it was just draining on me.
Dude, yeah, like...
And then I started, busting my ass to do video and started just enjoying this.
And look where you are now, I think, look, and I'm not saying...
My mood is completely different. I used to just be like in a bad mood, like things.
But your life is a lot more relaxed now, too.
Yeah.
You set yourself up to where you have a more...
And it was hard to, like, at the position I was in, I had to really bust my ass extra and, like, sacrifice things. I mean, I was in a relationship at the time, and they weren't patient. Like, they didn't see me,
Yeah.
They didn't want to wait they didn't see, like, me changing jobs, being, like, happy, like, happiness. They were content with the way things were, and I couldn't. So, we were just in different directions at the time.
I mean, look, I think that...
But happiness over, I'm not happy. Life's going to suck.
My thing is I just want my nervous system to be calm.
Yeah.
Like that's honestly, at the end of the day, that's what I want. Whether it's relationship, whether it's friendship, whether it's work, whatever it is, like I don't want to have anxiety. I don't want to have stress. I don't want any of that. All I want is to feel at peace, That's it. And I think that's part of the reason why I've cut off like that part that's allowing me to be in a relationship with someone, because I know that when I've ever been at my worst, mentally, emotionally, physically, a lot of it stems from being in a relationship. Now, it sure is probably me being in a relationship with the wrong people, but until I know that I don't want to be someone else's trauma, you know what I mean? And I know that I'm not healed yet. So, like, I gotta cut that part of myself off. Don't allow myself to, I'm human. I have certain needs and wants, and I do like hanging out with people. But it's like, as long as I don't allow myself to be completely vulnerable, then I can still navigate my life, my work life, my family life.
It'll happen. It's just gonna like happen.
Maybe.
Fall into place whenever it's time.
I feel like I just don't have the time. I don't. I mean, that's part of the reason why I'm switching jobs, though, too.
That's a real thing. Like whenever like I said, switching jobs and clothes at a young age, it just got to the point where I was like, I just don't. I mean, 5 days a month or whatever it was I had free is like done.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I don't want to miss anything anymore, man. Like I miss so much stuff with my kids, and I've had, financially, I've had so many ups and downs in my career, and like, I want my kids to have stability. I want my kids to have everything that they could want. I don't want to spoil them. Like I still want to, I still teach them like the value of $1 and like how to work hard for what you want and shit like that. But like, I don't know. I don't know.
Does the youngest runs game when you?
He does. He does. Slayton used to do the same shit though. I just think for me, I'm at a point in my life where I think I always hoped that I would find a guy that I could depend on and like actually be safe and vulnerable with and build a life with. And I think now I've reached a point where I'm like, I'm 35 years old. I have 2 boys and I'm going through like a quarter life crisis because I am, or not quarter life, whatever. I don't know, 30% life crisis. I don't know. But I'm going through that and it's like changing careers, everything. And Slayton going through puberty, you know, Cyrus getting older. And, you know, I have other family shit going on at home between like, you know, my sister, my grandmother, you know, health-wise. And it's just a lot all the time.
Yeah.
You know, and I just want to have a more simplified life. I have to. And I've never been in a relationship that has made my life more simple. So I think until someone comes along and can show me that exists, then no, man, I'm good. You know, I'm good with it. I don't know. We'll see.
I had that. I wasn't looking to be in a relationship.
I mean, that's what they say. They say that it happens whenever you least expect it and like whenever you're not looking for it. And I know that I haven't completely worked out that delusional part of myself yet. You know, I still catch myself sometimes like making those same stupid choices or having that same inner dialogue and being like, bitch, shut up. Y'all have been on 1 date. Calm down, you know? Or it's the complete opposite and I'm like, fuck no. Hell no.
After a date like that.
Well, yeah, and it's like, dude, it doesn't matter. Like, if I really like somebody, you know what's weird with me? Is if I really like the person, first off, the way that I flirt is I'm fucking mean. Like, I like to roast ya or I like to make you laugh, but honestly at your own expense, but on my behalf, you know? And then if I feel like I start catching feelings, then all of a sudden I get weird.
How?
Like super weird.
Really?
I don't know. It's like I pull back because I'm like, I can't, no. And then I always fuck it up. I do because I feel like you have to understand it's all deep rooted shit, but it's like, if it goes so far back to like childhood trauma with like not being good enough that it's like, I can't be myself because what if I'm rejected, you know? But then sometimes I'll go into things, like if I don't really like a guy, I'll go into it like completely 100% like myself and I will not care. I try to do that now too. That's why I think this one little one took me by surprise because from jump, I've just been myself because I honestly wasn't looking at it that kind of way.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah.
I always think that's what happens. I just don't get how some people will say, like, it's time to be in a relationship, I'm going to find one, and it just seems like that's when it's going to blow up. Or something's going to happen, or you're going to force something, or, like, accept somebody for who they are, like, be okay with things when you're not okay, and then try to change somebody.
Yeah, and I also feel, too, though, I will say this, I do think that, because I know how I am, like, if I'm not ever going to judge anybody. I have no fucking room to judge anyone. You know, the only thing I judge you on is like how you are. Like if you are a true parent to your children, you show up, you keep them safe, you provide, like that's what you're supposed to do, you know, and I do judge people on that. I know the effects that it has long-term wise.
Yeah, that's a huge
thing. So for me, yeah, I like
how you handle your children is like something that I definitely observe. And then to me, like just morals overall, things that you say and do, like right thing, you know, right and wrong.
See, I feel like as long as you are being respectful to people.
Yeah, that's more, you know.
But
somebody doing stuff that's wrong, like.
But see, that's
when
where
I say wrong, like morals, like. Not if you out party or something, no, not like that, or do something that's like morals. I'm talking about morals.
But see, that's the thing. Everybody's morals are different. So, like, what you might think is okay, another person might not.
I think more of like family morals and like how you treat other people So maybe along the lines of what you're talking about, not necessarily just with your kids, but how you are, like.
If you're a good human being, like a genuine person,
And I mean, you say that, but it's like, there's a lot of people who aren't.
Well, there's also a lot of people who know how to fucking put a mask on, and you won't know, because I do feel like there are those people that, man, I mean, think about con artists and shit. There are those people who are just really fucking good at like pulling the wool over you, man.
There's some meme. My ex is feeling sorry for me. They're feeling sorry for me about the toxic relationship, not knowing I was the toxic one.
I mean, dude, I feel like everybody's toxic. If you're in a toxic relationship, it's never just one-sided. Yeah. There is, whether it's you allowing the mistreatment to go on or the disrespect to go on, or it's you giving it, or whatever it is, it's always, if it's toxic, it takes two to tango, baby. Yeah. And it's a toxic tango.
And it's so easy for people to see that from the outside, but whenever you're in it, it's not always... You just don't see what other people see until you get out of it. And
I mean, dude, you know what? I will say this. Look, guys, like if you have a friend that is in, and it's a general consensus with all of your friends that this friend is in like a really toxic situation, whether it be relationship, job, whatever, don't just not say nothing and let it go by for so long and then be one of those that's like, once it does, dismantle and the person moves on from whatever toxic thing they were in, then say, oh, I'm so happy you did that because I always thought he was this, or I always knew that place was terrible. And it's like, fucking speak up, bitch. You could have possibly saved me 5 fucking years of heartache.
See, I think you got to limit yourself on that too, because what about this? A situation to where, let's say you and whatever somebody you were seeing, y'all getting this big thing, and you go to your friends, you're like, I'm done with this, I'm done, spill the tea on everything, and then you're back with them 2 weeks later.
Okay, and you know what? This is the thing. You should always, and I 100% believe this now, you should always 1,000%, if you're going to have boundaries, the way that you know that you need to set a boundary, at least for me anyway, is I pay attention to my body. The way my body reacts to either something somebody said or a way that they acted. And if I start to get nervous or uncomfortable, I then know that like, all right, I'm not okay with this. So this is something that needs to be talked about later. And so I have horrible memory.
Are you nervous like about a situation going on with 2 other people?
No, like just in general. Like if someone said something that I just didn't quite like, I'm not okay with that. Or like that for some reason didn't sit with me. I'd like make it known like, hey, we're going to put a pin in this. We need to come back to this. I need to set a boundary here for some reason. I don't know what made me feel that way yet, but we're going to circle back to it, and go on about your day. And then you should, as long you always speak your mind on how you feel about something, and you should always be able to do that. It's just in your delivery. Delivery. That's the most important part. You can be 100% right in a situation, 100% right in a situation. If you deliver it the wrong way, i.e., I guess me, whenever our little clip went viral and I was like quickly the fucking male ego's most hated fucking woman on the internet because I ruffled some feathers, Yeah. It's always about the delivery. So if you are in a situation or you do need to talk to somebody in your friend group or whatever, like, if I have a friend that I think is in an unsafe situation, whether it be mentally, physically, emotionally unsafe, I'm not going to cross a boundary within that relationship. If that is my friend, I should be able to go to that person and say, hey, look, I'm going to say this one time so you know how I feel. And then from here forward, we don't ever have to talk about it again. I'm always going to respect you, whoever you have in your life, as long as they're respectful to you in front of me. But this is how I feel about the situation. And then that's it.
That's fair.
Yeah. And then I think after that, you should be able to, you want to stay with the piece of shit, stay with the piece of shit. I'll pretend to.
We've all done it.
And then the second he walks away, I'll be like, That's usually how it goes.
Yeah. But then when they get back, I try not to talk about the person. Somebody, because
I don't either, but I mean, if they're venting and they want to vent,
I try not to team up. I try to look at a neutral standpoint, not taking really side. Of course, I'm on the person's side, but I don't want to get too involved. Like, yeah, screw that person, screw that person.
No.
They're back with them, and then You know,
no, I'm telling you right now, if a man cheated on one of my girlfriends, yeah, fuck that dude.
That's it. Yeah, cheating's a whole nother.
Yeah, fuck that dude.
I guess it depends on what it
now,
is.
If it's a fight or an argument, I definitely always want to look at both sides. Because 9 times out of 10, like, I'm friends with the counterpart. You know what I mean? So it's like, I usually, even if I think two people are toxic together, I can like both of them individually outside of each other. You know what I mean? So it's like...
After the breakup, are you still friends with both? Or?
Yeah, I try to be. Because I'll sit there and I'll tell you, don't make me choose between you two.
Yeah.
Because I'll choose neither one of you if I have to. You know? I don't think that's fair.
Yeah.
You know, you can't make me... You fall in love with this person and then like... What if I fall in love with this person too? Okay? You make me because he makes you happy or she makes you happy. And so it's like... What am I supposed to do next? Then I also get my heart broken.
Yeah.
You know, I also, you know, metaphorically get broken up with too, and it sucks. Hate it.
Why'd you have to ruin something good?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Don't fuck it up for us. Okay? Please?
Nah.
Thank you. Your life is much better with her in it. And that's the most... I
like her.
The most... I know you do. You love her.
I do love her.
I know. And she loves you, and I think it's great. I love it for both of you guys.
And it's cool. We just since we went on the first date, then we just started hanging out and literally have hung out. Like, actually, this week I went to Dallas with Chloe, and that's the first time I've been away from her for, I think, 3 months.
Good for you, dude.
It's kind of like weird.
I mean, that's good for you, dude. That's really good for you.
I miss her.
Yeah, that's great. I love that for you. Look, I think, honestly, whatever makes somebody, it's your life. You have this one life, one chance to do it. So fuck what everybody else thinks or says or whatever. Do what makes you happy and do it now.
Yeah, for sure.
You know? Because everybody's like, all you got is time. No, we don't. We only got a certain amount, bruh.
You got a certain amount of time. It goes by quicker every year.
No, all you got is time.
Already putting out Christmas decorations next month?
Yeah, bruh. It's like you blink and shit. Like now, dude, it's so hard seeing Slayton. Like, he's 13 years old and he's going through puberty and it's like he's got a deeper voice now and like we wear the same size shoes and like, oh my God.
It's crazy once they transition from like the toy to like a teen. It just happens like overnight.
It does. It happens overnight, but then it's also too like...
But it really does. It's like Chloe...
Hormonally.
Yeah, Chloe had makeup and toys and stuff, or toys and this and that, and the next day, boom, makeup. I'm like, whoa. It's just like...
Yeah,
that was it. It's done.
I know.
And you don't know what's going to hit.
It's sad, man.
It is.
I feel like that's also what I'm dealing with too, you know? So it's like the career crossroads, the not relationship crossroads, the fucking Slayton going to fucking junior high school, you know? It's like everything all at one time and it's too much. I need a fucking break, man. I need a break. I want to go on like a retreat. I want to go on like a spiritual retreat, like with a shaman or something. Maybe with some like...
Why would you even do that?
Ayahuasca.
I don't know anything about that except for what I've seen in movies. Wait, what's that movie or the show everybody talks about? The Lotus?
White Lotus?
Is that like a retreat thing that they're on? I saw 1 or 2 episodes.
It's definitely not an ayahuasca retreat. They're at a resort. What do you mean? They're just at a resort.
I don't know. I saw 1 or 2 and I was kind of confused by it. Everybody raves about it.
I mean, it's actually pretty good.
You liked it?
Oh, the second season I could have done without. The third season, though, the new one, that one's pretty good. But one of my favorite actors is in it. I wish I could remember. What's his fucking name? It's going to drive me nuts. He's in a lot of stuff. Did you ever watch that show with... It's the fucking show with... John Goodman's in it. The guy that was... He had the curly mullet, played baseball. Oh... Righteous is the
baseball player, like real life baseball, and turned into an actor.
No. Righteous Gemstones.
No.
Okay, look, you and Skylar need to start this. Okay, y'all need to start this show. It is fucking hilarious. Okay, Righteous Gemstones. So the cast is. Where'd it go? Come on. I can't believe they don't have him on here. He's the cousin, I think. Let me see. Because he's so fucking funny, dude. Or Uncle Baby. Baby Billy. Okay, so this guy, he is one of my favorite actors of all time. He is, what's his name? Come on. Dude, this is so ridiculous. This is why, Theo Von and fucking Joe Rogan have like a person that pulls up stuff while they're talking about it.
I didn't really watch Theo Von until recently. At first I saw a couple clips. I was like, but the more I watch it, it's just so.
Dude, funny. It's one of my most favorite podcasts
he just
to listen to.
The oddest things. It's like,
you know what episode you need to listen to?
I love it.
Okay, the episode it's Theo Von, him and his best friend Caleb Presley. Okay, specifically listen to that episode because when I tell you, it is like if you were to just listen to a conversation and like think ADHD, like that fucking episode right there, from where it started to where it ended, no fucking clue. There's no connections on how it got there. Okay. It literally took 25 different fucking turns. Okay.
I like it.
I loved it. I love him. I
just see the short clips. I've never watched the long ones.
Oh, you should. Oh my God. I listened to them.
Well, I was going through his feed on Facebook Reels or something and watching a bunch of clips. So I don't know why I never watch full podcasts. I'm more of the short.
Is that why you don't want to? Okay. That's exactly why. I am so glad. And you know what? We'll end on this note after this, okay? Because I feel like we've been doing it for about an hour. I fucking knew it because you were giving me so much pushback on the full episodes. You were like,
well, no.
It just, but
no, the audio was off on one.
Continue. Go ahead. I'm going to let you finish.
The audio was off on one, and I was learning the system of doing this. Mm-hmm. And that's my excuse. Mm-hmm. But no, yeah, I'm more short form content. Because that's what I consume, but I got to forget about what I consume because other people on these other platforms.
Yahtzee. Yes, because let me tell you something. I agree with you 100%. Me, I want to watch the whole thing. I don't want to watch this 15-minute shit because that 15 minutes is a taser. That's what gives my taste buds some flavor. You know what I mean? Now I want to fucking consume the whole thing.
Like one of my favorite people, like motivational, is Gary Vee. People gave me the book. They showed me the YouTube. I was like, hour, no. Book, no. A couple years later, I saw like this 50-second video on Instagram. I was like, oh my God, this is brilliant. And then started following him. I still haven't watched the long episodes. But the short form content, and he even talks about that, how you have to be on the different platforms, even if you're not.
Let me ask you this question. If someone was to tell you, oh my God, I have to tell you something, and then not tell you for like 2 days, does that bother you?
Yeah, it would probably bother you.
I think you're lying.
No, I know where you're going with this. People were asking about the full episodes and we're like...
No. I just think you're one of those people that like, you either could care less either way. You know what I mean?
No, if somebody's going to tell me... No, the worst is when somebody's like, they say they want to tell me something. They're like, wait, I can't. I'm like, well, you have to now because you've already told me. You can't wait 2 days.
See, I mean, that's how I am. But I feel like there's no way that you can be a 15-second person and then not want to watch the whole video.
Well, it's usually...
Because that's like that. That's like telling somebody I got to tell you a secret and being like, I can only tell you part of it.
Well, no, the clips are just short clips. It's not like, I guess, a clip where it leads me into something where I'd have to see the
You're
whole
giving the
episode.
audience blue balls.
Yeah, I know.
So...
We got complaints about that. And we uploaded an episode. And let
me clarify. When he said we got complaints about that, he got complaints about that because
you complained to me. You're like, people were asking for it, and I was getting DMs. You were getting DMs, and people were like, where's the full episodes? And they still ask where the full episodes are. And I take responsibility for most of it.
Say that again.
I take responsibility
for that. Look at the camera when you say it.
I take responsibility. Those were the first couple of episodes. We have a system now. The audio's messed up on one. It's a learning process. I'm making excuses right now. We will
look, I see, and I love this
I'm guilty.
too. Because we can, now I love this because it's on camera.
I'm good with
so
it.
I can be like, you know what?
I hold myself accountable.
No, because all the time you'll say something and you'll be like, good thing. Oh, you know what I thought of? And I'm like, you'll say it and I'm like, you thought of that? Really? You thought of that? You came up with that all on your lonesome? Because it'll literally be something that I said or told you either that day or a couple days before. See, now we'll have it on camera.
It's on camera. I'm accountable.
Good. And see, you know what? We'll get Skylar's going to get involved with this too. And she can be the one that we go to and we're like, Skylar, can you pull up? And she'll pull it up and we can play it on the screen.
Yes, well, this one will be on Spotify and YouTube. And
the full episode.
And we want feedback from y'all. Also, after a few more episodes, we plan on bringing people on.
So if you're interested and you want people to maybe not even know your story, just
we want to hear your
if you think I think everybody's interested. Yeah. I like talking to people. Definitely. I like finding out their shit, you know. So there is one favor I do have. So one episode we're gonna do is gonna be 21 questions, and Skylar, Joseph's soon-to-be wife, is gonna ask these questions to each of us out loud, and we have to answer them with 100% honesty, and we are only allowed to have one hard pass. So we need everybody's help. We need you guys to send in whatever questions and clarify which questions for which one.
So excited.
Oh, I'm so excited.
So excited. I can't contain myself.
I'm so excited. All right, you ready?
Thanks. Yeah.
Later, Gators.
See y'all later. Thanks.